like I called before,
To
pick and
journey beyond the
choose.
sky.
Okay. Alright, let's continue.
No major injuries then. Good. I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Forchano Leveilleur. And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much. You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere. Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships have taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
Yes? Do you not understand what
I
we're
will
at?
send you after the Scions where I expecting you to stab them in the back.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions. Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
I mean, so long as you're sure they're not gonna backstab you, yeah, why not? I just have a lot of trust issues from too many backstabs. And sometimes I really hate being able to sense things because, my first instincts are usually right, and then I'm like, oh, I should just benefit of the doubt. And then bad things happen, and it's not fun. I like to give people chances that honestly probably shouldn't have gotten a chance in the first place.
You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
It's a bad thing when you can vibe people out.
You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
Ooh.
I did. Though if you intend to again ask that Charlian alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
'Tis nothing so onerous.
He's
I
being
wish to
such
hear
an
the details
asshole.
of this grand endeavor of yours.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
Bro, it's the final days, you dumb.
I swear.
I think their dad's honestly really freaking stupid. Like, bro, we're just trying to save people. It doesn't matter if your way of saving people is different. We're trying to save people!
For not once have you broken it. Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. does. You have my thanks. Excellent. You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait.
Ooh, boy, Catboy, you... Oh, this story, you guys are gonna... What your kitty ears picking up?
Did you hear something just now?
Nope, I fucking called it! Bunnies! Hell no! Fuck the bunnies! Fuck the damn bunnies! Get the fuck away from me! He will be gone!
Where is this star's blasted pudding?
Why the fuck are you here? Aren't you supposed to be on the damn moon?
Dawn may banish even the darkest night, and to this bitter clime bring warmth and comfort. 'Tis heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose ere I procure more suitable garments.
Reinetier, why?
Then allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans. It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed. So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Etheris.
Ha!
Reinetier made it
That's
sound
true.
absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still. And it's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
Doom.
Marvelous, they say, yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Reinetier's inferior works no more.
Oh, that poor rabbit.
Hey! Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom? Ahem. As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal. We were born from Heidelin's love for the lives of this star, so naturally we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it? Not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Reinetier made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit. From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Forgive me, but are they...
The ones you've been talking to the entire time.
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Hail, fellow, well met. You'd be a member of the Forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last. I'm Livingway, Heidelin's right paw. That last bit is very important, as am I. if I may humbly say so myself.
I bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us. As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Charlian, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperites made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable. 'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart.
Aww. I love how we just mock his way of speaking.
For a time, at least. Nevertheless, 'twas worth the journey to find present company well. Wilt thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
Yeah, I got a lot of stories to tell now.
If that's all quite settled, can we start moving before Reinetier catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
Oh, I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
Yeah. Yes. Oh boy, when you guys hear the stories I have to tell now. Apparently there's a hunt train going on, but main story quest, more important. Main story quest. Hunts can wait till after main story quest. Main story quest must continue. Must be complete. I could probably finish it today, maybe. I've kind of been doing it and doing like 20-ish episodes, then it depends. It really started picking up, I guess, right after the moon, or the last bit of the moon. I do have to say, the Blast to the Past was so far my favorite and hard-hitting, and that guy's wearing the same outfit as me. Oh. But I hope you guys are ready for some insane story. Yeah, yeah, I have, much, more news. The flower really Yep. Uh-huh, because there's more of it than ether. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, true, we could. But the problem was, you can't get Heidelin. Or she intends for us to use his ship to go to meet. No, she honestly. Though I am still kind of concerned about Banat and how she was trained into a dark blood monster! Alright then. Well, we'll get our answers. Whew, okay. Outside. I'm not a visitor. I'm supposed to go in. Alright, alright, alright. Oh, I got a mass panic now, though. That time travel really did a number. Mentally and emotionally.
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter. We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. By your leave, of course.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far. Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, at their request, on the Great Exodus. You may enter. On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glaciers. We shall not soon forget your service to us, and the people of Radzat-Han.
The stuff we do anyway.
The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Sharlayan has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzat-Han was foremost among these, but since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
Like I called before.
To
Pick and
journey beyond
choose.
the sky is an unprecedented and Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
See, no difference in the Zodiac thing.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This Ark, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on two conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
"'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the anti-tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino.
The only one.
Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself. Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration.
Sure enough, that's exactly what happens with code. If you stare at it too long, you can't find where the errors are coming from and what's causing the error. You give it over to someone else, and they can spot a typo with one letter. That's what happened to me once, so... It took forever.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms? 71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it. Fortuneau, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
My god, this sounds so much like... Ugh.
Very well.
Ugh! Why?
Pull this session to a close. Return to your tasks.
Why do I have to see so many things and so many things and so many things? It's so annoying sometimes. Seeing too much symbolism. And parallels. Alright, Alphino. Oh no, that's pretty much what we do anyway. Yep, perfect. Yep. Yeah, best learn how it actually works before you improve it.